Good Sunday morning. Today is May 15th, and I wanted to do a Sunday reset, but a version of it where I have to go to work today. So I started my morning off a little later than I normally would, just given the fact that I worked until 1 a.m. last night and slept in a little bit, but got up around 8:30 and got right to it. So on Sundays, I really like to reset my space. That's my number one priority. I know that a lot of times people will do resets for a number of different things, for your body, for your mind, maybe for your health. But for me, the reset is really about wiping away and cleaning up everything from the last week and really getting my space ready so that I can mentally be giving my all to everything that I have going on during the week.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. Good morning. And now, there's something in the
I have to be at work by 10 a.m. And thankfully, I do live right on top of the restaurant, but I want to make sure to use this hour and a half-ish as wisely as I possibly can. So I've gotten myself ready enough, at least, brushed my teeth, washed my face, I've fed Callie, and now I'm trying to just pick up my space. Again, the idea here is that I want to reset my environment in order to mentally be more prepared for the week and not have clutter in my space, which makes clutter in my mind. So I'm trying to use my morning as wisely as possible and do all of the projects and chores, if you will, that require multiple steps or require some sort of longer term process. So for instance here, my mattress pad desperately needed to be cleaned because Callie and I slept on it when I didn't put my clean sheets on the bed. So I wanted to make sure I got that load in first thing so that it had time to run through the wash and I could put it in the dryer before I needed to go to work. For those that don't know, my dog Callie is not the biggest fan of walks, so it takes a little bit of coaxing. But once I finally got her out the door, we had a wonderful walk together today. Afterwards, I went and grabbed myself a latte and a croissant, just because I knew I wasn't going to have time to make myself something and I didn't want to create more mess. And this is my favorite little Sunday morning ritual. After I got back, I started unloading the dishwasher, which I had actually run the night before, so good on me for that, and put everything away so I could start to load the dishwasher with everything that I had allowed to kind of clutter up over the last couple of days. At around 9:30, I start to actually get ready. So again, I have about a 2-minute commute to the restaurant, so I'm really lucky in that I'm able to kind of milk my time in the mornings and before any of my shifts. So I started getting ready, doing my makeup. Unfortunately, the bar does not get my full face. I just do something really minimal usually just because it's very hot and sweaty and not really the place to go full foundation in my opinion. So once I've eaten and that first load of laundry is ready to be put into the dryer, I get dressed and move the mattress pad into the dryer and the comforter into the washer. That way I'm able to have at least half of the bedding process done, and when I get home, I'm able to just move the comforter into the dryer and call it good. On a day when I start a shift at 10 a.m., I typically will be home between 4 and 5. Today at work, I had the luxury of taking a break long enough to eat my banana before getting back to it. Unfortunately, I didn't get home until closer to 5:30 today, which was a little bit of a bummer because I already felt pretty tight on time. But Callie and I enjoyed a little bit of food from the restaurant and I got right back into my routine. Am I the only person who actually likes the act of making a bed? I don't know. I actually enjoy this whole process. I finished decluttering some of the mess that I made having dinner and sit down to make a grocery list. I'm trying really hard to stick with the routine I established over the last 10 weeks, which is to kind of meal prep as much as I can. So this week I decided that breakfast would be oats again. I've just been absolutely loving that. Lunches would be those caprese salad bowls you've all seen 100,000 times. And for dinner this week, I chose Frank's chicken, which is just rice. This week I chose to do quinoa instead, and then chicken breast shredded in Frank's hot sauce. It's super simple and really delicious, and you can top it with avocado or sour cream. It's a Price family staple. So once I got home from the grocery store, I emptied out my fridge. I don't necessarily do this every week, but I do think that this is an important step before filling your fridge. I would say I do it about once every other week, just depending on how full my fridge is getting. I clearly had a lot of trash and love to start the week off with a just fully clean kitchen, so I took all of the trash out and put all of my food away before spending a little bit of time playing with Callie, who had a lot of solo time today, and she's such a good girl. She deserved some one-on-one playtime.
Get it! I'm gonna get it.
Dreamy, breezy, we go easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the beyond gravel, beyond all.
Normally, I would have run the dishwasher in the morning before I left for work, but I actually was out of dishwasher pods, and so when I went to the grocery store, I purchased a few and was able to finish the dishes. So put everything that could be in the dishwasher in there, hand washed the rest, which was a surprising number of wine glasses. Thanks, Mom and Dad. They came over and had a couple glasses of wine with me. Once the machine started, I went ahead and began folding the laundry. So when I did my mattress pad and comforter, I also did a little bit of clothing with both of those and had some clothing still in the dryer that I hadn't yet folded. I hope that's relatable and I'm not the only one. So I folded all of those and then did a little bit of rearranging in my living room. I've had this old TV in the back corner and that just needed to go, and a brand new record stand for my record player and all of my records that I'm slowly collecting. So I set that up and began to vacuum afterwards. Next, I did a surface wipe down, so all mirrors, countertops, any sort of dressers or side tables got wiped down. And then I moved on to my fridge, which needed a little bit of a facelift. I realized while I was cleaning the fridge that I still had photos of my ex-boyfriend on there, so was a little due for some cleaning up, needless to say. And I think the space looks really nice. I'm happy that everything is going to be fresh for this new week. I watered all my plants. That's my Orchid Richard. That is Fernadette. And this is my money tree Moolah. Then Callie and I went for our PM walk. She was still a little hesitant, but we had a great time. And I came back and made myself a glass of wine and finally sat down for a couple of minutes. Once the dryer went off, I made the rest of the bed, got the comforter set up, and put the rest of the pillowcases on. I don't know why I felt the need to do a folded over sheet, but I like the look. And even though I knew I was going to be getting into the bed shortly, it's just nice to have the bed like fully done at the end of the week. I don't normally meal prep my lunches and dinners until Monday when I'm actually making the meal. I don't know why. I find I don't really care for leftovers when it's like a hot food. So I try to minimize how often I need to reheat foods for lunch and for dinner. But for breakfast, I wanted to make sure I got all of my oats prepared. So this is my overnight oats recipe. It's nothing new. You know it already. 1/2 cup of oats, 1/2 cup of milk, a handful of chocolate chips, and these were pretty big strawberries, so I just did 2 strawberries each. I personally think that strawberries are the best fruit to put into your oats just because they hold up inside of the oats overnight. If you are able to and have the capability of cutting your own fruit in the morning, you could always do a different fruit, but I'm so lazy in the morning, I just need something I can grab and go. I finished wiping down countertops and cleaned my microwave, which was much needed, before deciding it was finally time for bed. Brushing my hair and putting it in a braid because that's supposed to be helpful for hair health. I washed my face and did my PM skincare and brushed my teeth. Since I am finally done using all of them for the night, I washed my sink and my toilet. Just a little scrub and bubbles moment. Nothing spectacular. Definitely not going to be on cleaning TikTok anytime soon, but just nice to have regular maintenance of some of these surfaces. Lastly, I crawled into bed. Cali kisses are mandatory. I did my soul therapy journal prompt for the day. This one was really great. What are some negative things you say to yourself, and what can you say that is positive instead? After that, I put my book away, turned the lights out, and it's done for the week. Hope you all have a wonderful new week. Happy Monday. Hope this Sunday reset gave you a little bit of inspiration and reminded you that you have the time. I promise you do.